Hi, this is Logan from Builder.io, and today I'm going to show you how to create a grid of items in a couple different ways. For most people, you can drag in a columns element, head over to the options and adjust how many items are in each row, and then duplicate that columns element. This option is great because when you switch to different breakpoints, it responsively updates. And you can even go into the columns, adjust the space between each item, and when the items stack. However, you may have some dynamic content or otherwise prefer a grid inside a box that can't use the columns element. To get started, we'll drag in a box. We'll head over to the style and open up the child layout, set that to grid. We'll go ahead and add another box into our layers. And you can see here that the layer icon for the grid box has updated to be a grid. Let's go ahead and double click on that and give it a new name. And this will be our grid item. Let's go ahead and drag an image and some text. This grid item is ready for our grid, so we'll go ahead and drop it in. Let's go ahead and duplicate this grid item to get a few items down. In this case, 6 works as a great tool for demonstration. Alright, so let's take a look at our options. The grid child layout offers justify content and align children. Align children will refer to the vertical position of items. So should things be aligned to the top, the center, or the bottom of that grid? For most cases, you'll just want this set to be normal. Justify content refers to the horizontal alignment of items. In this case, the default is left. We can set it to center, to right, or we can space items. We can space them between the edges of the content. Each last item hits right against the edge. Or we can space around the edges of the content, leaving perfect little spaces between the edges and each item. In this case, space between looks the best, according to me, and we're ready to go ahead and change the size of these items. To select multiple items at the same time, we can go ahead and collapse those items in the layers, select our first item, hold down the Shift key and click the last item. Let's go ahead and update the styles of all of these to be a width of about 30%. There we go. And now we have a grid of items that shows 3 items across the board. Of course, if we duplicate and we have another one, this will update to be in the grid correctly. Alright, so let's talk about creating responsive breakpoints. Right now on each breakpoint, these are maintaining their 30% width. Now, in order to update these, we'll go ahead and select all the grid items again. And we'll update the style. In this case, let's go ahead and choose 45%. Then on mobile view, let's go ahead and just update these items to be 100% of the available width here. There we go. Now we have a responsive grid which can take in dynamic data or anything else we'd like to put in there.